Could someone please in the comment section right now tell me what this movie's about? What did I just watch? What is going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel, and this is my review of the new Netflix horror film inspired by the Stephen King novella In the Tall Grass. This movie was directed by Vincenzo Natali and it stars Patrick Wilson. This is about a group of people who enter into this field of grass where they slowly realize that this grass is more than what it seems, as there is something very odd and very peculiar that goes on where while you're in the grass, weird things start to happen and so on and so forth. I don't even know how to describe the plot to you guys. This movie doesn't make any sense. It makes zero sense. I did not like this film, and it's unfortunate because I feel like there are a lot of visually striking things within this movie that I will talk about a little bit later on towards my review. But let me talk about the positives of this film. Now, the thing that I really do like about this movie is that it has a really good sense of atmosphere inside of this field of grass, but that atmosphere gets really lost because of all the saturated things that kind of happen within this field of grass, where certain things don't add up. If you travel to one certain location to try to get back onto the road, you'll never find it. The field will shift, they'll move things around, except for dead things. Dead things, for some reason, do not get shifted around. And so this movie, made zero sense to me. I liked Patrick Wilson in this film. I thought Patrick Wilson did a really good job. He plays the antagonist of this film, and he really does a good job of kind of playing this guy who is sinister, and he has ulterior motive onto why he wants, to help these people get out of this field of grass, which he does a really good job. I think Patrick Wilson is a really good actor. I think he's a good actor for a role like this. The rest of the cast, they're okay. I don't recognize anybody else in this film. I thought the kid who played the younger boy in this movie did a good job playing Tobin. He does a good job. He's pretty creepy in certain scenes, and in other scenes he does a really good job of chewing the scenery. Let me get to my negatives. There are a lot. This movie, like I said at the beginning, makes absolutely zero sense. And the problem is they never establish a single rule inside of this field of grass, which means that the entire time you're watching this film, they're trying to throw everything at the wall and just seeing if it sticks and seeing if it lands. And while they're doing that, you never understand why certain things happen. They don't ever explain themselves. And the movie just gets very dull because it's saturated with all of this stupid crap that doesn't need to be inside of the film. For example, there's this thing with this rock, okay? Never explain where the rock comes from, what the rock does to people, but somehow it turns people crazy, and if you touch it, you can kind of see the entire field, whatever the frick that means. This is a movie that makes absolutely zero logical sense, and I have a big problem with that. I love certain films where they don't have to explain everything to you, and I didn't want that in this movie. But just explain a little bit. Let me understand what is going on. For example, I'm going to get into a little bit of spoilers here, guys. If you don't want to hear anything, about this film, then move forward in the video. These characters, they come into this field. You see them come into the field multiple times because the timeline makes absolutely zero sense. For example, it starts off with a brother and sister. They go into the field to try to find Toby, and then all of a sudden, they get stuck in there. And then the sister dies. Her boyfriend later on, by the way, the sister's pregnant, and her boyfriend comes and he's trying to find them, and then you find out that she's dead, but then the next day, the next morning, he's outside as she's out on the road trying to help out Toby. I don't get this movie at all. And if it is based on a novella, which is just a small, short story that Stephen King did back in the day, and you can tell that there's not a lot of substance material to pull from in that novella because they really try to go for broke with certain things and they don't pan out. They don't work because they don't ever explain themselves in the right ways. This movie is not good. It's not a good film. It's boring too. A lot of the time I just felt like everything was repetitious. We're gonna go do the same exact thing over and over and over again. And it's cool, the atmosphere is cool within this grass, but it gets boring because you're literally just watching characters walk through this grass the entire time. There's nothing fun about it. They don't bring any new element to it. And so the movie just really lost me from probably the first 25 minutes. I was a little bit invested at first. I thought the trailer looked pretty good. But ultimately, guys, I really think you should definitely skip this one. It's not a movie that you need to watch. If you watch it, well, maybe you'll get more out of it than I did. Anyway, what did you think about In the Tall Grass? Let me know down below in the comment section of this video. Make sure you guys leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel for more content just like this. And as always, I'll see you guys on my next video. Goodbye.